ignition. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. Set sail on a voyage of science to space.
At Oklahoma State University, we dream as big as the sky, soar to new heights, test our limits, and create innovative solutions. OSU's aerospace impact is out of this world.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to OSU Discovery. I'm Kenneth Sewell, Vice President for Research at Oklahoma State University. OSU has a long and proud history of embracing the land-grant mission by ensuring that our educational programs, our research enterprise, and our outreach efforts serve all of Oklahoma to improve the everyday lives of our citizens and to bolster the strength of our state's economic base. Today's announcement will represent a doubling down of OSU's commitment to excellence and leadership in aerospace, a key sector of Oklahoma's business and economic future. And in addition to those who will address you today, who will be introduced individually, we have a number of people on hand I'd like to acknowledge and specifically thank for being here. Oklahoma State University Regents Rick Davis and Calvin Anthony, as well as the CEO of our system, Jason Ramsey, are here on hand. Jeff Hickman, a state regent, is on hand today. I believe Katie Boren is here from the Innovation District, Castle Jones from the Tulsa Innovation Lab. We have Regent Blaine Arthur on hand. We have representatives also from Senators Inhofe and Langford's offices and from Governor Stitt's office and Senator Paul Rosino. Thank you very much for being here. I'm sure I have missed a dignitary who has stepped in, but I wanted to offer a special welcome to all of you. Now, to deliver this exciting news to you, it is my pleasure to introduce and bring to the podium Oklahoma State University's 19th president, Dr. Kayse Shrum.
Thank you, Dr. Sewell. I'm so happy to be here today in this wonderful facility. This building was a gift from our friends at Baker Hughes, and we continue to collaborate with them here on a daily basis, and I especially want to thank Taylor Shin for his work in making this collaboration a reality. This facility brings industry and academic experts under one roof, creating experiential learning opportunities for OSU students and supporting researchers in applying technology-driven solutions for a wide range of business sectors. Our mission is to drive cross-industry collaborations and innovation, which is exactly what this brings us together today. Oklahoma State University offers a complete turnkey solution for Oklahoma's aerospace industry needs. From K-12 enrichment and workforce development, through faculty and graduate research, to groundbreaking innovation and industry partnerships, we are leading the state to advance this important economic engine. We're happy to let the world know our experts in aerospace are poised to launch into the stratosphere. Today we're announcing the formation of the Oklahoma Aerospace Institute for Research and Education. This location, among others, in Tulsa and Stillwater, will allow us to connect seamlessly with our industry partners, many of whom are here today to show their support for this announcement. Oklahoma State University is the clear leader in aerospace within our state. We've had a partnership with NASA for more than 50 years. We've been training pilots for more than 80 years. Our depth and breadth of knowledge, faculty, and research investments cannot be matched. We're so proud of this very long history in aerospace and aviation excellence. You've heard a lot recently about OSU alumna Wally Funk as she flew to space on Blue Origin's flight along with Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. Wally's love for aviation and aerospace began at Oklahoma State University. She was a member of the Flying Aggies team. I've had the pleasure of speaking with Wally by phone several times, and I'm pleased to say that Wally is making plans to come to and visit OSU this fall. We'll keep you updated on those plans, but she is the perfect example of dreaming big and never giving up on those dreams. At OSU, we're dreaming big too. This research institute includes the word education in its name for a good reason. One important way we live up to our land-grant mission of access and service is through graduate and undergraduate programs and the outreach we provide to K-12 schools. OSU trains engineers, pilots, technologists, aerospace business professionals that feed our state's aerospace industries. On the K-12 front, more than 1,500 Oklahoma students this past summer attended a STEM camp hosted by Oklahoma State University. And that's just the beginning. Through STEM education partnerships, our state will inspire and engage young minds to show them what is possible. Whether they want to become rocket scientists, teachers, engineers, mathematicians, airplane pilots, we want to encourage them to literally reach for the stars. Thank you, Dr. Sewell, Dean Tukowski, Dr. Jacobs, Dr. Arena, our partners, donors, and so many others whose vision made today a reality. With your leadership and support, I know that the sky truly is the limit for the impact this institute will have on our state and beyond. Thank you.
Isn't this exciting? To dive a bit deeper into OAIR, as we've already begun calling it, and the OSU expertise and activities that underpin this effort, we're going to hear from Dr. Paul Tukowski, Dean of OSU's College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology. And at the conclusion of his remarks, Dean Tukowski will introduce our next guest to elaborate on the impacts of these efforts. Dean Tukowski.
Thank you, Kenneth and President Shrum. This announcement today is really a giant step forward for what we've been doing, and it's been a long time coming. We have had aerospace or aeronautical engineering at OSU for 93 years. And over that time, we've made tremendous progress. Our contracts with military and commercial and K-12 educations continue to grow. Our land-grant mission, every land-grant mission, has engineering as one of the core principles of its mission. Today, OSU collaborates with the aerospace industry on innovation, research, commercialization, internships, and K-12 STEM education. The need to engage with these partners in an aerospace center of excellence is OSU's commitment to the recommendation of Secretary Pollard's strategic plan for science innovation to the state of Oklahoma. Some of those partners are in the room today, some of are not, but certainly Baker Hughes, Pratt & Whitney, Frontier Electronics, which we'll hear from later, Zivco Aeronautics, Tinker Air Logistics Center, the Tulsa Innovation Labs, Skydweller, Kratos, FAA, and NASA are all major partners along with many others. With the addition of the OSU Discovery Building in the heart of the Innovation District to our OSU Helmrich Research Center in Tulsa, in the Greenwood District, and our world-class facilities in Stillwater, OSU will have more than $80 million under contract this year related to aerospace and aerospace education. In 2019, OSU signed an educational partnership agreement with the Tinker Air Logistics Center to create internships, conduct research, and strengthen the STEM pipeline for tens of thousands of jobs supporting the nation's largest aircraft sustainment center. The largest commercial one is also in Tulsa. OSU Discovery will be at the heart of those collaborations with Tinker. OSU leads the NASA Space Grant for Oklahoma, K-12 teacher training in STEM. with collaborations with NASA's Starbase, Native Earth, Native Sky, and Native Skies program. The entrepreneurial aerospace technologies that we have with Tulsa Innovation Laboratories and the Oklahoma Spaceport also require research, innovation, and commercialization partners. These will come with Oklahoma's Aerospace Institute for Research and Education. Announcing the formation of this Aerospace Institute today comes on the heels of the news a few weeks ago that the Oklahoma legislature invested in the Oklahoma Engineering Initiative. This $12.5 million a year effort is engaging OSU with colleges across the state to develop and prepare young people to enter our engineering schools, accept internships, and graduate for jobs in design and innovation. OSU is the first aerospace program in the state and is more than twice the size of any other. We continue to expand our faculty and research operations and now are teaching more than 500 undergraduates in just aerospace engineering and another 1,000 in related fields. OSU brings expertise to industry partners in everything from advanced propulsion systems to avionics, unmanned systems, aerostructures, cybersecurity, re-engineering, airfield design, human factors, pilot training, and much more. The Oklahoma Aerospace Institute for Research and Education is part of the next generation of OSU and Oklahoma's growing economy. With that, I'd like to introduce a couple of speakers to come up and talk about the impact of this on industry and education. So I'd first like to introduce Brenda Rolls, the CEO of Frontier Electronics. Brenda?
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Tukowski, Dr. Shrum. It sure is a pleasure to be here, and I was very grateful to be invited to share in this moment. Frontier Electronic Systems is located in Stillwater, Oklahoma. We have a proud history of designing and manufacturing sophisticated electronic equipment for the aerospace and defense industry. Frontier was founded by 3 OSU enthusiasts, one an engineering professor, with a vision for retaining Oklahoma State graduates in the state by providing challenging and desirable work opportunities for engineers and other professionals. The strength of the engineering discipline taught at Oklahoma State has been an important factor in Frontier's success. Roughly 90% of Frontier's degreed teammates have proudly graduated from Oklahoma State. Through robust internship opportunities, both with Oklahoma State directly and through the NASA Space Grant Consortium, technical collaboration, and post-graduation employment, Frontier and Oklahoma State create a dynamic pathway for technology and advancement in Oklahoma's aerospace and defense capabilities. Frontier is currently supporting NASA missions through relationships with prime contractors. We're designing and manufacturing spaceflight hardware for the Space Launch System, and we have products flying on the International Space Station. A vision that began almost 50 years ago in the technology climate fostered by Oklahoma State, and with the technology expertise emerging through the Oklahoma State College of Engineering programs. This vision continues to be realized in the current achievements of Frontier. We congratulate Oklahoma State on this significant and game-changing initiative, and we look forward to the robust advancement of the aerospace and technology business sectors within Oklahoma. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Next, I'd like to introduce Cecilia Robinson Woods. Dr. Woods is the superintendent of the Millwood School District, and since we came to, with the help of Baker Hughes, to this building, we've gotten engaged in the Oklahoma City community, and one of those is the school districts that surround us. And so I wanted to have her talk a little bit about the kind of impact this kind of institute would have on K through 12.
Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Tukowski and Dr. Shrum. As a superintendent and preparing kids for life one of our biggest concerns is always jobs and how we prepare, especially underserved communities in some of the school districts that are around the Innovation District. How do we help our community achieve high-paying jobs in the future? And so this partnership with Oklahoma State and Aerospace helps us tremendously in regard to ensuring that we'll be able to train teachers to prepare kids, and then giving kids opportunities to see jobs in these high-paying industries. So we're very, very excited for the partnership to add exposure, starting with the STEM camps this summer, sending 1,500 kids to just expose them to what a career in aerospace or engineering or STEM would look like is an amazing start. But also being able to work with these surrounding districts to prepare teachers on how to teach and give access to STEM, and then even just providing, like I said, the tours or information or virtual tours or a Zoom tour, as everybody's doing now, so that our kids can see what it is they could have in the future. I think it's paramount that being located here in the Innovation District, that we focus on surrounding school districts that service a population that wouldn't always have access to these type of jobs. So I appreciate the partnership, and we look forward to preparing tomorrow's workforce with our kids from surrounding districts. Thank you.
Our last speaker for this morning is a key leader for our state as we position our universities and our economy for accelerated success and leadership. Oklahoma's Secretary for Science and Innovation, Elizabeth Pollard.
The Oklahoma economy is at an inflection point. Disruptive technology is changing the face of every industry and forcing all states to reassess how best to compete and remain relevant in a knowledge-based innovation economy. Innovation is the key driver to economic growth and prosperity, and it is critically important to Oklahoma's future. It will grow and diversify our state economy, accelerate our state's competitiveness, and create large-scale, high-paying jobs for Oklahomans. The Oklahoma Aerospace Institute for Research and Education will be at the forefront of innovation in the aerospace realm, and I commend Oklahoma State University for their successful programs and continued partnerships with the state. Prominent research and development activity related to aerospace has been underway for decades at OSU, and with their leadership in this dynamic industry, Oklahoma will be well positioned to lead the ever-evolving aerospace frontier. The state of Oklahoma has significant research and development strengths, and with OSU's leadership, the vision to emerge as a leading region for growth in the autonomous systems and aerospace industry is imminent. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you all again for being here for this exciting announcement of the Oklahoma Aerospace Institute for Research and Education. Before we close, I want to make members of the press aware of a few things. We have OAir flyers and fact sheets that we'd like for you to have with you as you go, and have those available to you. But I also want to mention some other individuals on hand in addition to the platform party who could potentially answer questions that you might have, several OSU folks who can provide details about our work in particular areas of aerospace research and education, and several of our current corporate and governmental partners who can describe how their partnerships with OSU enhance their success. I want to point these folks out, and I may miss a few, but I want to point them out so that you'll be able to know who they are if you'll raise your hand when I call your name. Dr. Jamie Jacob is a professor at OSU and the director of OSU's Unmanned Systems Research Institute. Dr. Andy Arena, OSU professor and leader of several large NASA initiatives, including the Oklahoma Space Grant Consortium and the Oklahoma NASA EPSCoR. We also have several students here who could offer the student perspective. Students, raise your hands. Some students. We also have Dr. Susan Stansberry and Dr. Amy Brown. They lead the NASA STEM Education and Outreach Program, which is a national effort based out of Johnson Space Center in Houston. Very large project that we do in cooperation with NASA. We also have Dr. John Peterson, who is the Dean of the College of Education and Human Sciences, within which our aviation education programs and many of the NASA STEM programs reside. We also have some senior vice presidents from OSU that haven't been on the program today. Dr. Kyle Ray and Dr. Johnny Stevens are here so they could answer other questions about OSU in general. Some of our partners who are here, Clay Pierce is here from Skydweller. Clay, thank you for being here. Sam Anderson from Pratt & Whitney. Sam's over here. We have Dr. Christian Oliveira and Wade Wolf from the Tinker Air Logistics Center. Right back here. Thank you for being here. Already been mentioned, but I'll mention them again, is Taylor Shen from Baker Hughes. Taylor's back here. And Dan Beerley from Zivco, another of our partners. Thank you all for being here, but I mainly point you out, in addition to thank you, to be able to sic the press on you if they so choose. Again, thank you all for being here. Be on the lookout for additional announcements about OAir, as well as yet more ways that OSU will put our talents and expertise to work in benefiting Oklahoma and the nation. Thank you very much.